That's right. Now, this thing, I'm dealing with today, a lot of people don't know, what theosophy is. You know, theosophy, theo meaning God. You know what I'm saying? And the suffix and when you hear that, opi, you hear that OPH. If y'all been studying with me, y'all know that's serpentine. Anytime you see that OPH, Y or OPH, I, opi or opi, that's a suffix for serpent, serpentine. You see what I'm saying? And so philosophy, you know what I'm saying? Theosophy is rooted in the serpentine West. Now, how did this shit come about? Now, you got a lot of dimensions in theosophy. Now, what I want to, as a disclaimer before people become, irate, I know many of the arts existed in Africa, in Asia, previous. You understand what I'm saying? To the coming of the European. I understand that. So when I speak of theosophy, I speak of the Serapis influence on these sciences, no different. Then we understand that Serapis usurped many attributes of Osiris and Apis. But Serapis is not Osiris. You understand what I'm saying? Though they have similarities, and those are forced similarities. Just like we was dealing with the voodoo. And you see, you got the pale man trying to come in and seize, position in the voodoo and many other where he ought not be. You understand what I'm saying? And so what has happened, when you're dealing with theosophy, this is when Europeans was, going into India, going into Egypt for the very first time. We talking about, after Napoleon goes in the late 1700s. You know what I'm saying? You have this, what you got, what they call Egypt mania. You understand what I'm saying? And so, you got Madame Blavatsky, with her lying ass. This is some shit that Europeans are even speaking about. But Madame Blavatsky is one of those early Europeans that, go into Egypt, go into India. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't have access to that. So the rich was able to go over there. Those who had money and access to those areas was able to go over there, and was some of the first that got to see some of the culture of the Hindus, and not just the Hindu, because the African is in there too. You understand what I'm saying? The Naga Kushites. You understand? And then you got, the Africans of Egypt and Nubia. So they over there, stealing is what they done. Because I didn't heard many, even the Hindu over there saying Madame Blavatsky took that and ran with it without they understanding of, what she was doing. So because a lot of people in America, they didn't have access to that information, so they could take it and claim it for their own. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have no problem. Motherfuckers can get mad, but their ass better get glad. See, that's what Noble Drew Ali did. See, that's what he did. He took other books that motherfuckers didn't even know of, Unto Thee I Grant, Aquarian Gospel, and they lie is that he prepared the book. I don't give a fuck whether you prepare it. I don't give a fuck what you do. If you take somebody's shit, even if you prepare it, you got to give credit where that information came from. You know what I'm saying? So when you do not do that, whether you prepared it or not, that's plagiarizing. And these motherfuckers always talking about the law, and they don't understand that that's law. You know what I'm saying? Now you motherfuckers, if you in anybody been to college or school or whatever, they know that if your ass get caught plagiarizing, motherfucker, you can have a PhD. They will neutralize that motherfucker to where it ain't no goddamn degree. You'd have took in your ass to school or whatever, and I done seen motherfuckers get knocked down like dominoes for shit like that. But this was something that, they felt they could get away with because this shit coming from the East. You know what I'm saying? Not many people was aware of this literature, okay? And what they did with it, just like they did with the Serapis, they opened up a portal for themselves. What they do is they put the Hindu shit in there, the Naga Kushite, the Egyptian, the Ethiopian, and then they start to add this falsified covering on it that niggas want to call hermeticism, which is fake. You understand? Fake. Okay, and we're gonna prove some things tonight just to show, the family that I don't ascribe to that. Even though I do ascribe to the arts. I do ascribe to the arts. You understand what I'm saying? But I subscribe to the traditional and undiluted African traditions on how they was practiced before the coming of the goddamn European. I don't give no beast a portal into the sacred sciences. And so that's what these niggas today, whatever you want to call them, they didn't mix witchcraft and, you see motherfuckers out here with ISIS, Lilith, and this, that, and the third. And so we have to separate, because when we do that, we give the Caucasoid an entrance into our house. And so today we running their ass out. Madame Blavatsky was very profound on many groups. The Moor Science Temple, and I'm going to prove it. You know what I'm saying? Because me studying it for years and years, the Nation of Islam, they write it, that shit has got Hindu in it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that shit is Hindu too. Masonry, you understand what I'm saying? Even the Masons have taken from Madame Blavatsky. That's Hitler has taken from Madame Blavatsky. And what fucked me up to the point that she literally remixed Hinduism for the Hindu. A lot of them motherfuckers over there follow Madame Blavatsky. Because I say, damn, come to find out Gandhi over there was a member of the goddamn Theosophic Society. This motherfucker, so that show you how she done touched a lot of motherfuckers out here. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me get this. One of the things that let me bring this up right here. Matter of fact, let me bring this up so we can understand, theosophy, any of a number of philosophies maintaining that a knowledge of God may be achieved through spiritual ecstasy, direct intuition, or special individual relations, especially the movement founded in 1875 as the Theosophic Society by Helena Blavatsky and Henry Steele Olcott. Okay? Henry Steele Olcott. Now, let me bring this up out of here, okay? Now, one of the more profound things, and it took me a minute, you understand what I'm saying? It took me a minute, is what they call, Madame Blavatsky brought that root race shit. Okay, it wasn't no motherfuckers talking this shit before her. When you look up the Moore-sized temple and all them motherfuckers, they come late after Madame Blavatsky and Henry Steele Olcott. Shit, they come after goddamn Alex de Crowley. Shit, Alex de Crowley went to goddamn Egypt in 1907. You know what I'm saying? So the Moore-sized temple was founded in goddamn, from what I understand, 1913. So goddamn it, Aleister Crowley had already went to Egypt. So she the one, she come with this shit where you got, the 7 root races. And these are the dominant races of a particular era of time. And that time could be 1,000,000 years or whatever. And they're the dominant race. And usually when one root race die off, it's a small portion of that race that go on and fundamentally start the next one. You understand what I'm saying? Passing down some of this so-called ancient wisdom. So you got the first race that she called the polar race. Let me bring this up a little bit. She called the polar race. Now that's very interesting. That the first race in this shit is the polar race. Then you got, which they say created, was made of fire. These motherfuckers made of fire, so they didn't have no motherfucking flesh or this, that, and the third. Then you got this Hyperborean race, and they are constructed of air. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the Lemurian race. Now, this is very critical that we understand, because the information that she gave said that the Lemurians had dark skin. She made these motherfuckers they didn't look like no human. You understand what I'm saying? But gave them dark skin and I don't know if the motherfucker had an eye on the back of their head and shit. Crazy shit. It reminded me, again, a lot of the crazy shit that motherfucking Malachi Z. York, when he created all these crazy motherfucking races and alien races and shit, they started that shit with Madame Blavatsky. That's real motherfucking talk. You see what I'm saying? And so then and now what's key, and I'm gonna bring this shit up, the Lemuria, now they got many areas. Let me come out because I don't want to show y'all all my, I had to do this shit like a DJ today because I got so much shit out of place. I had to come in and come out. You know what I'm saying? I had to come in and come out. I had to come in and come out. Now, it's a lot of, when they talk about Lemuria, let me bring this one up. Let me bring this, now, some people place it up under India, between Madagascar, Australia. You see what I'm saying? Some people place it over in the Pacific. Okay? Over in the Pacific, well, that's Mu. Okay? And Mu and Lemuria, I'm not going to let motherfuckers fool me. That's basically the same shit. You know what I'm saying? And so you got Mu, you got Lemuria. And so they saying that Easter Island, Tahiti, Fiji, Hawaii are leftover remnants of a larger continent that was in it, which they call Mu. Okay? Now, I'm going to be clear, as I did with the last one. Let me come out. Let me get this crazy cracker up in here who brought this crazy shit. His name was, let me see if I got something over here too. Because I got a lot of shit floating around over here. Let me see. I got all my crates out here with all my knowledge in case I got to throw something over here right quick. Let me make sure that's, okay. I had his face. I want to see his face. His name is Augustus Leplongeon. Okay? Augustus Leplongeon. I can pull him up right quick. It ain't no motherfucking problem. I'll work this shit. It's not a problem. It's just to bring it on up. I showed y'all his face on and I get it. But for the sake of where I'm going, he was also, pretty much a theosophist. Okay? Following in the steps of Madame Blavatsky. Okay? He lived between 1826 to December 1908. Okay? Now, I'm going to go down. I ain't going to go. Who studied the pre-Columbian ruins of America, particularly those of the Mayan civilization on the northern Yucatan Peninsula. While his writings contain many controversial notions that were not well received by his contemporaries and were later disproven, Leplongeon left a lasting legacy in his photographs documenting the ancient ruins. He should also be regarded as one of the earliest proponents of Mayanism. Now, what it breaks down to this is that they looking at America as being, some aspects, of some, the Mayans and South, some leftover aspects of Lemuria. You see what I'm saying? And what they trying, because when you know how the root races break off, the Atlanteans came after the Lemurians. And then they say when Atlantis crashed, then some Atlanteans went to Egypt. See? Went to Egypt. Let me make sure I got this shit all in line, because I'm about to start smoking real quick. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure I got but somehow, hold on. I got so many damn lectures, man. They be getting on my goddamn nerve. You know what I'm saying? I be putting so much shit and all over the place. It ain't no problem. I'll go online and bring that shit up. Not a motherfucking problem. So what they saying is that the Atlanteans broke away and went to goddamn Egypt. And the first founders of Egypt was from Atlantis. So by the Mayans coming from goddamn Lemuria, coming up out of Lemuria, they preceded the Egyptians. That's why you get some motherfuckers that'll say that the Mayan pyramids is older than the Egyptian pyramids. Now, the one thing that fucked me up is when I was studying that shit, when I was studying, they started talking about, here goes some right here. Here you go. I found it. Goddamn. Praise the ancestors. Woo! Oh, I was waiting on that. I'm like, where the fuck is my shit? I was hurting for a minute because I had this shit right here. All right, now we can do this. Now we can do this. All right, let me bring this shit up. Here we go. Now, I'm going to show you William Ocott. Let me get these out of here. I'm going to show you who founded theosophy with old Madame Helena Blavatsky. Okay, now this is William Ocott. Let me get this up here so y'all can see this. Now he over there in India with the Buddhists. This is ugly ass right here. Let me blow it all the way up so you can see his ugly ass. See, this is where motherfuckers start fucking with, all the, this is how you see goddamn Aleister Crowley, one of his motherfucking teachers, was a goddamn Buddhist. You see what I'm saying? One of his teachers. So now you see motherfuckers over here, with how the Hindu shit got strong. The Theosophists is the ones that brought that shit over here on the major level. That's how you see motherfuckers getting introduced to the motherfucking the yoga and all this, the chakras and this, that, and the third. That's how I got over here. You see? And so again, this is showing one of the ascending masters. Now, that's another thing that, the Theosophists brought out. They brought out what they call the ascending masters. And that's some great individual that, completed the 360-degree elevation, deifying, literally deifying, becoming one with the cosmos. And so you got, you got many great ones and shit. Now, one of the two ascended masters that William Steele Olcott said, he was speaking to was Serapis Bey, and the other motherfucker was El Moria. Okay? Now, this is what the research I was doing now. This is one of the ones that William L. Moore. And so when I seen the L and I seen the Moore, I split the shit for it. But motherfuckers, now let me get this shit when, William Steele Olcott died before, long before the Moore Science Temple was started. So I'm gonna read this shit right here so y'all can read something on this motherfucker. That's El Moria. Okay, that's El Moria. And he's like, you got, I don't know if it's 13 ascending masters and shit. He's like the top. He's the Lord of the first ray. Okay, so I don't know how many rays. Is it 12 rays? And so you got El Moria. And so, I'm thinking to myself, when I start, falling into this shit, I say, well, damn. Don't the Moore's last name L? And then you got the Moore. And then I ask the motherfuckers, I say, well, Moore mean black, but they always argue that ain't the Moore they talking about. I say, wait a minute, man. And so, wait a minute. So you got El Moria, right? You got El Moria. He's one of them ascending masters. And you see that man wearing that motherfucking, that motherfucking Hindu hat. You see old Nick Cannon and shit. He wanna dress up like a motherfucking Hindu and shit. You know what I'm saying? And this is another, you see him right there with the jewel on, you know what I'm saying? And so that's all El Moria. Okay, that's all El Moria right there. Okay? And so let me get now this one right here is none other. I want y'all to let me make sure I get all I need. This one right here is Serapis Bey. He's another one of the Theosophic Ascending Masters. That's Serapis Bey. I'm going to bring this over so we can read about old Serapis Bey. Okay? Now, that right there, Serapis, and then you see the Bey. Okay? You see the goddamn Bey. Right there, I'm going to blow it up for motherfucker. Let me take General Seti. I'm rocking niggas because I know. You understand what I'm saying? You can cry, you can lie, but your ass gonna get this work tonight, man. You got to get this work. I'm gonna blow it up some. I ain't gonna do y'all like that. I'm gonna let me blow this shit up for y'all. Make it bigger than what it is. Let me make it bigger than what it is. I don't even need the picture. Now look, Serapis Bey, sometimes written as Serapis, is regarded in theosophy as being one of the masters of the ancient wisdom, and in the ascended master teachings, listen to this, considered to be an ascended master and member of the great white brotherhood. So, when you wait a minute, he is regarded as the Chohan of the fourth race. C.C. Leadbeater wrote that Henry Steele Olcott was given occult training by Serapis. Wait a minute. Let me copy this. He was given, now this is before I want motherfuckers to get mad. Henry Steele was given occult training by Serapis Bey, when his own master Moria was unavailable. So if you take the Bey out of the Serapis Bey and you take the L, wait a minute. I ain't even put it on. I'm on two different goddamn. Wait a minute. Let me